What's up, guys? This is Chris with Serving and Swerving. On this side, we have the trail. We're taking River Scenic Trail. On this side, we have Merrimack River. That is why I love Castlewood. There's a lot to offer here, a lot of canoeing, a lot of hiking, a lot of bird watching. One of the best spots for mountain biking. And it was actually used as the UPRR. The Union Pacific Railroad had a base here. They even had some hotels, which are all destroyed and gone now. But it's cool because you're going to be on some railroad tracks, and some people even say it's haunted. So we're doing this trail. If you're looking for somewhere cool to hike, it's only 25 minutes away from downtown St. Louis. And so whenever you get there, you're going to find roads with like a lot of big hills and whatnot, which is good for mountain biking. And at Castlewood, they offer a lot of different things. They offer like horseback riding. They offer equestrian parking, trailhead. They have different shelters, different picnic areas. A lot of people will have like family reunions here or kids' birthday here at the Pavilion. I definitely recommend stopping into the actual park office. I recommend that at any of these spots and actually grabbing a map, and it'll tell you the different things that make the park special, because a lot of these places have like historical significance and different things going on. So I always recommend stopping in, grabbing a little tour guide info, and maybe talking to a park ranger to kind of get the 411 on what's going on. But yeah, like I said, a lot of different pavilions for people to come to. Here is something different. Last year they spotted a bear here. So this is in Missouri. So it's like the spot bears is kind of sketch. But there's nothing you really need to worry about. I'm going to show you my favorite trail here, which is right on the river. And this river is Merrimack River, and it has a strong current. So a lot of people drown here each year, to be honest. But look, just stay on the hiking trails, come with a buddy, come with a family member. Springtime and summer is here, so get outside, go on a walk with somebody. Everybody would, likes company and likes, talking out loud to other people. So invite a friend. Let's go on a hiking trail this week at Castlewood State Park. I strongly recommend it. So here's how kind of we're going to start it off. And I like to go this way because I'll go down these trails, and then we're going to go up steps, rather than some people go the opposite way. But this is the way that I like. And as always, this is dog appropriate, which is good to know about the trails. And from the main trail, you could branch off to these smaller trails, and you get a nice little like water view, which is cool. Like I said, a lot of people drown here though, so be very careful. As a kid, I used to swim here, but I mean, I'm not going to recommend something that could get you, hurt. But definitely take advantage of the different species that grow along the riverbank. Every animal species or plant species is different, it has different needs for growth. So you're going to find different species that you won't find anywhere else, like some of these mushrooms that are, that are only regional to this area and that only come at this time of the year. There's a lot of different things, not just the animals. Pay attention to the wildlife of the area. And Castlewood's good for that because it's actually not very busy, and it's going to be right along the river. So right now we're on the river walk, but then later on we're going to go up some hikes. We're going to go in the limestones and get some good elevation. But for now, just pay attention to, the little prairie land and the wetlands and the different species that grow there. Obviously, I told you guys not to go into the water here, but not at this access point. But actually, Merrimack River, this river that we're following, is actually a very popular floating river. So whenever I say a floating river, I mean people go on float trips where they just kind of put like a noodle or a floating device, and then they just kind of float down the river, normally drinking and listening to music with friends. Here on out, because here's whenever we're going to get into some incline. We're going to see some of the railroad stuff going on. We're going to go up these limestones and get a nice scenic view. I always make analogies whenever I'm on walks or on hikes. So like this one, you have this tree to the right that fell over, that should have fallen to the ground, but it gets held up by its friend, and then it actually becomes beautiful and is kind of a landmark to this trail, where it's got a lot of different greenery. Or how about this one? You got to grow where you're planted. Look at these trees over here. They're stretching out over the river to get growth. You don't got to just grow straight up. Everyone's got their own path. And, different things like that. Like, I actually always lose track of, like, little analogies or my own little makeshift lessons through the different trees and when I'm on the trails. And that's the beautiful thing about being outside and in Mother Nature, is it kind of gives you time to kind of operate your own imagination and to think of different things. But yeah, like I was saying, this place was the UPRR, the railroad. It was actually a town here for a while, way back in the day. But now the train still runs through it. So you'll see all kinds of people taking like prom pictures here and like birthday pictures here and stuff, because it is a nice backdrop. but it's actually known by the locals to be haunted. There were some murders here with the railroad way back in the day. So it's like one of those like hidden legend spots that's like don't go there at midnight, or it's like a truth or dare thing. But hey, I think it's I think you should be fine. And one of my favorite things about this hike is, like I said, it offers a lot. Now we're going to go up the steps, and you can do it. It's all about getting that heart rate up. The steps are good for muscle growth. But yeah, so that first little section is just like a nice walk along the river, and now we're going to take the steps up. And these were the actual original steps. Remember I said there was like a town? So be sure if you come on the steps that they made, check out the original steps, because those are like over 100 years old. But yeah, beautiful scenic view. So now we're gonna look over the Merrimack River, really look over Missouri and the different like landscapes that are. Because like I said, you got to see areas through different lenses. So this kind of gives you a nice aspect of the winding river that is the Merrimack River. Bear, bro. So it's back to another little incline. So we went up the steps, and now we just keep going up and up and up, which is nice. Good for incline, good for muscle, good for strength. And it sounds weird, but the vibe of the spot changed. The smells change. It literally smells different. The birds, the sounds are different. You don't have as many like little animals down as you did. Everything's nice about seeing an area. You want to see the river view. You want to see the scenic view, the eagle eye. So that's why it's nice, because it gets to different elevations, good for workout, and good for just really getting a scope of the land. All right, we're going to see one more thing, which I thought about taking out of the video because I was an idiot for doing this. And part of me thinks like, yo, you shouldn't have trespassed because these are old buildings and it's kind of like ancient and historic. And then part of me is like, you know what, like who's supposed to enjoy these if not me? So I don't know, I have mixed emotions, but sometimes I lack impulse control, so I do like things I shouldn't do. Then I look back and I regret it. But you know what, I got this footage and I was just checking it out, so here we are. But this is one of the original buildings that was built here, and I guess now people just did like graffiti on it and different stuff like that. But it's kind of a cool thing. It's off the beaten path a little bit, so you wouldn't know about it unless you see it. So yeah, definitely don't do what I'm doing. Like I said, I'm not really proud of it, but you know what, I climbed up here and just to get a nice little view. So cool building though, and I was like growing on the inside. It's just like shows you of what was here, which is cool. Well, hopefully you guys liked the video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Get out there, do things, go on a hike. Remember, physical health and mental and emotional all goes together. Whether this is be you guys mountain bike here, or maybe you guys could like go on a horseback ride. Go look up and see what's going on with that. Otherwise, hey, enjoy the Castlewood State Park hike. Nice river walk and good steps and good elevation. What else can you ask for? Plenty of parking too, which is good. Thanks. Subscribe to the channel as I do different things in St. Louis and the different areas in America.